Hello there everyone, and welcome to another little video game review that I feel like I'm going to do every time I complete a game not on camera, because, I mean, why not? I would want to give my thoughts out about it. And this is weird because normally I'm going to do like all the ones that are new and upcoming, but I actually recently went, I'm going through my backlog of games, and you might have seen I actually did start a Let's Play Mass Effect series, but after that sort of just died out and then I lost the files. I just started all over, and so I decided let's go from the beginning. Let's try out Mass Effect 1 on the PS3 just to see like how everything will be. And of course I did this for me because I did work at BioWare, and I feel like, I need to expand my BioWare catalog of games that I've played through, because it was really limited only to actually Mass Effect 2, which I bought when Mass Effect 2 came out on PS3, and Sonic Chronicles. Those were my only BioWare games. So I said, you know what, let's sit down and play through Mass Effect 1. This is in the form of the PS3 Trilogy Collection, and so that was one reason. The other reason is those of you who may know a good sir named DigiValentine. He's doing a series on YouTube called Who Dat, which I plug all the time because it's super, super awesome, but he needs someone to play through Mass Effect to collect footage for him for his series. So I said, hey man, I can do it for you. And he said, cool. And so, I played through Mass Effect 1, and I beat it in the course of about a couple weeks, I guess. And so I guess I just wanted to say some of my thoughts on it, because, and since I didn't do videos on it and whatever after, the first little bit, you can go back and watch those videos, because they're okay. I streamed the game, but I don't know, it's not a game I find easy to talk about and play at all. It's kind of a fun thing to chill back and watch like a movie, and I say that because I did, so my first playthrough, which I recorded before and streamed, I played it through on normal, and I was dying a fair amount. I'm not a shooter person, neither am I. Like, it's kind of a weird eclectic mix of RPG and shooter, and so it's like I decided to, you know what, for this one I just want the story, so I went on casual, and honestly, playing it on casual, I had way more fun with it. I even put on auto ability assignment and everything. And I used to be like, man, who would use these auto options in these games? It's like, what are you, a baby? But as someone who really just didn't want the gameplay and just wanted the story, actually it was so nice. I mean, I did, learn how to work the systems of the game about halfway through. I actually did end up finding this super powered pistol and put in this, forbidden upgrade, and I was killing everything, and it was super awesome. This pistol took me through the game. In fact, I killed like everyone with it. And you know what, I will say, playing it through on casual for the story alone, I found it to be a very enjoyable experience. Not without its faults, of course, because this is the most 2007 game I feel like I've ever played. And you can tell it was not meant to run on the PS3, because there are times when just things are going wrong. I had this one glitch happen where, for an entire cutscene, Shepard's dialogue was non-existent. Like, everyone else was talking, but then Shepard would open her mouth and just noises would come out. Also, yes, I played as FemShep, because, I don't know, I like girls. That's about it. It's interesting because there's some aspects where I really feel like Mass Effect 1 has not aged a day. Like, some of the cutscenes for the talking and the conversations look so good. It looks so just really amazing. I think it's quite amazing how some of the facial things and the conversation bits, they look so good. But then you get to some scenes and you're like, oh, this looks a bit janky. And then the gameplay, I feel, has aged very poorly. Okay, well, I guess we'll talk about the actual gunplay. The gunplay is fine. I put on heavy aim assist, so like I could have my reticle in the middle of the screen, and then like halfway between the reticle and the edge of the screen could be the enemy, and I'll still be hitting them, which for me, being a non-FPS player, I really liked. But like, it's a bit janky, it feels. It doesn't feel smooth at all. it definitely is one of the most old aspects of it. And again, this came out in 2007, so as a piece of 2007 gameplay, you know, you have to think 1 year after Sonic 06, you're like, okay, it's not that bad. Graphically, again, I'm playing on the PS3, so like some things like textures load in just wrong, or not wrong, but slowly, and it just, there's parts where it looks really good and parts where you just look at it and you can see the dev tools. Again, maybe it's because I worked on, I worked with the dev tools on Dragon Age Inquisition, so I sort of know how this world was built and stuff. And I gotta say, it took me until my second playthrough of Mass Effect 1, like, not playthrough, but second, like, time playing it, and thinking of it in terms of how I was taught to debug it, to actually understand how this game was set up. Like, I didn't really get the whole setups of it and stuff, like how zones work and missions in zones, and I had to think back to Dragon Age to actually sort of understand it. And once I got that, I was fine, but I was actually just very confused. And that's one thing I feel like it really throws you in, which, hey, I'm down for in games, but when it comes to like I still don't know what Omnigel does. I think, I'm not sure, and what's the difference between Medigel and Omnigel? Why would I, should I have been, I didn't break down my armor or parts into Omnigel ever, versus my, versus selling them. I found one piece of armor for Tali. Like, I feel like there's, I mean, mind you, I did rush through the game, but I feel like a lot of it could have been explained better. When there's deep systems in place, and there are deep systems in this game, it's like I feel like some of it could have been explained a lot better. And I guess, I did rush through it, literally. I did very few extra side quests, aside from once for my crewmates, and then, like, I think one or two, like, small extra ones. I basically stuck to all the story path stuff, and the game was way shorter than I thought because of that. Like, rushing through the game, I feel like I got to the halfway mark and then it ended. Like, it was short, but I did play it in speedrun format, so it sort of makes sense. You could blaze through this game so quickly if you skip cutscenes, though. Oh my gosh, just thinking about that. I mean, but then the good parts, like, that's all kind of the stuff, but then the good parts are, like, I love the story, the characters are great. I actually really like every crew member, aside from, like, Kaden and Ashley, because they're super boring. So when it came down to you have to sacrifice one of them, I just picked the more boring one, who was Ashley, and I'm like, bye. So, I guess what else was there? There's also no spoilers, it's like, it's a 10-year-old game almost, shut up. And then, like, even though I was playing on casual, like, I was surprised when the first form of Saren's final boss literally took me 30 seconds long. I was just like, wow, that was nothing. His second form was a lot more, but it's like, wow, that was literally nothing. And, like, yeah, no, the characters and story and world that are built are super cool, but it really, really feels like, and even just reading some of the reviews online, everyone's like, this was good, but where's Mass Effect 2? Because that's how I just felt. I felt like, okay, it felt like I beat the prologue to Mass Effect 2, having already played Mass Effect 2. It really feels like, I don't know, if I were to play it myself when it first came out, I'd almost maybe be a little concerned that the fact that it feels almost like an incomplete game. Like, just personally, like, I don't know, the extra like, the worlds that you go to and stuff, there's, like, 2 major ones, and then, like, 1 or 2 halfy ones, and then, like, that's it. It's like, it's weird. It doesn't feel like it has as much as it should have. And that's just me personally saying that. Maybe it's because I'm used to, like, Dragon Age Inquisition, which had many large areas, many small areas to go with them, versus this one, which just had a couple, And then I guess my other big thing is, like, yeah, the areas were big. Man, loading between them is the worst. Like, oh my gosh, getting anywhere, you have to, like, load for a good minute each time, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Again, this is probably because I'm playing on the PS3. If you're playing on PC, I'm sure it's an absolutely wonderful experience, but it wasn't bad. I'm not walking away from this saying, like, I disliked it, but it really was like I played it. I'm like, whoop, this is a 2007 game. Like it really feels like it's an early next, well, not really even early next gen. Well, then next gen. I don't know. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the story, but man, it's like the character, not the characters, but the gameplay and stuff, and some scenes and some things how they look. I'm just like, I'm not the biggest fan. But I've completed it, and I'll be heading on to Mass Effect 2 shortly. Again, this is all for DigiValentine. Please go check out Who Dat. But yeah, no, and I'm really actually looking forward to seeing what happens with Mass Effect Andromeda, because when I was at BioWare, I actually learned about it way early in development, and I saw a lot of stuff that I don't even think has been publicly shown yet. And from what I remember of it there, and actually it had a different name, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it, but I'll save it for maybe when it comes out, and I'll talk about it. It looked really cool, and that was even when I wasn't a Mass Effect fan. But now that I played the first one, I'm like, whoa, okay, now this stuff's gonna be really cool on PS4 and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be at E3 soon enough, I hope. But yes. Thank you all for watching this quick little review. I just wanted to talk about my thoughts on the game, and watch out for one on Mass Effect 2 when it comes out, because I feel like I'm going to do these every time I complete a game, and I have to run through the entire Mass Effect trilogy for Digi, so it's going to be fun to just blaze through them all, I feel. But yeah, thank you all for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time for some more reviewy stuff. Ciao!